What is going on, all you Pokemon collecting maniacs out there? This is Ryan, the PikiPikaPapa, and I am pumped to be talking about Journey Together and all of the awesome products and cards in this series that I'm going to be going after here over the next couple months. And I'm even more excited because of all of the macro level things that are happening in the Scarlet and Violet era. So we traditionally see 12 booster box sets with every generation, right? We saw it in Sword and Shield, we saw it in Sun and Moon, we saw it in XY, and you can continue to go back from there. But in Scarlet and Violet, we're going to be seeing the series coming to an end early, and we have not seen that since Diamond and Pearl ended early in 2009, and they brought in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And the reason we're going to be seeing that is because the release of these Mega Evolution Pokemon, the refresh from the mechanics in the XY era, they're going to give it its own series. So it looks like we're only going to get 10 booster box sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. They're going to end it a little early, and then they're going to launch this new Mega series, which I'm pumped about. But with all of that being said, that gives me extra attention and extra focus on these final sets in the Scarlet and Violet era. I think that these owner Pokemon are going to be really popular, and I think we're only going to have a couple sets that feature them. So I think Journey Together and Destined Rivals are going to have some really awesome upside to it, especially if you're in this for the long run like I am for 5, 10, 15 years. I think the collectability, I think the investability is going to be really strong. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm talking to you about my favorite cards, my favorite products, the things that I'm going to be trying as hard as I can to get my hands on here in the Journey Together space in the months ahead. So if you get into this video, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying it, listen, we have a great community here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, or if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Those two small things go a long way in helping my small channel out, and I really appreciate it. So with that out of the way, the first product on this list is one that one could argue is not necessarily a Journey Together product, but it is a product that I think is going to do really well despite the fact that similar products haven't done that great in the past, and that is the Lily Milk Carton here. And there's some things I really like about this, which outweigh the things I don't like, but first I'm going to talk about the biggest and most glaring thing that I'm not a huge fan of about this product is, yes, it has a Lily's Clefairy promo in it, but I hate the fact that it is so incredibly similar to the regular series one. I mean, if you look at these two, really the only two differences that I can notice is the fact that the arm position of the Clefairy is slightly different, and you'll see that the bubble pattern in the background is slightly different. Now, if you're going to make a unique alt art Black Star promo, and you're going to put it in a box like this, let's do a little more effort. Let's make it a little more unique, a little more different. But at the end of the day, it kind of is what it is. So that's the one thing that I don't like. But the things that I do love is the fact that you got Lily smack dab and centered on here, one of the absolute most popular trainers out there. So I love the fact that she's here at front and center in the box. But what I really, really like about this is if you look at the pack selection that they have shared, it looks like you're going to get 2 Journey Together, you're going to get 1 Surging Sparks, you're going to get 1 Twilight Masquerade, 1 Obsidian Flames, and 1 Paldea Evolve. Now, pull Obsidian Flames out of there, understand, like I do, that we're going to get Destined Rivals, right? And that's going to be one of the most popular regular sets out there as well. But outside of that, you probably have the who's of pack selection here inside this milk crate. So you have some of the very best regular series packs that are featured in this milk crate. Plus you have the popularity of Lily, and yes, you do have an alternate promo, even though it's not the best one in the world and it's super similar to the regular series. You add all of these things up, and I am hoping and praying that the mass market does not love this product so I can actually get my hands on it at a relatively decent price, because I think in the long run, again, when people look back with the pack selection and Lily on this, I think this is going to be an awesome product further down the road. It's easy to store. I think the artwork is really awesome on the front of it, so it checks all the boxes for me, so I'm super excited. I think this has a lot of upside potential in the long run. Now, the next one, I don't really talk about these pre-release promos, and it's really because there haven't been any that have excited me as of late. If you go back to the XY era, and if you look even in Sun and Moon era, there were some really cool cards that had these pre-release promos on them, and we just haven't seen that. But I like all 4 of these. I'm going to be honest with you, from an artwork perspective, I love that you got the trainers on there. You know, I really do like all of these. I think that these have a unique opportunity to do relatively well. But the biggest one, obviously, like this is no surprise, that Hop top Snorlax up there. I think that card is a very, very special one. You can get these on eBay now. A lot of these are already going for a big premium, but we have seen stamped promos in the past like this do really well. When you can combine it with a big name Pokemon like Snorlax, right? When you think about, the stamped promo, which comes from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection. When you think of, I'm sorry, not the Ultra Premium Collection, the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box, right? When you think about that, that card has gone absolutely through the roof. Now, it is coming from a box that is going for over $400 right now, which lends credit to why the single card is so expensive. But you just have this pattern of stamped promos with big popular Pokemon doing really well. So that's why I'm actually all in on this one. I think this one has an awesome upside too. And if you have the other three, you can't go wrong with those either. Awesome artwork, really cool Pokemon. And again, you got the trainers on there, which just give it that little extra oomph. So next one we're looking at right here. And again, this is one of the ones which is kind of a layup, but you have to talk about the intangibles that make this so incredibly unique and so special. Obviously, booster boxes of all regular series sets have the opportunity to do really well. And obviously, from the super popular sets, their opportunity for growth is multiplied. But then when you add in this unique feature, I mean, this is just awesomeness on top of awesomeness on top of awesomeness, right? Like here in the Americas, from what we see, at least right now, is you're gonna get all of these enhanced booster boxes. And what that means is you have your booster box, but then on top of the packs, you're gonna have this sealed promo, which is stamped with that Journey Together stamp right there. And that's the Ends Reshiram. So you're not only getting the booster box, but you have that box topper in there. And you have not seen this in the Pokemon space since Gen 3. So, I mean, they haven't done this in so incredibly long. So when you combine all of this together, and look at what the price is. I mean, again, this is a week prior to the set officially being launched. Booster boxes are going for $235 each, which is absolutely insane to think about. But this could be one of those booster box products where honestly, I try my hardest not to pay over MSRP. I have this mentality. If I miss on something, I simply miss on it. The Pokemon, I'm in this for the long run. There's going to be plenty of opportunities in the future. Like, I don't really like to jump too much higher than MSRP if I don't have to. But for a product like this, combining the excitement around Journey Together and the awesomeness of this stamped promo that's going to come in it, this is the one that could absolutely get me to pay a little bit over MSRP and add some extra one of these to the Poke Closet. So I think there's a lot of uniqueness that we need to be considering when we look at these booster boxes and the prices that come along with them. So super awesome product. Again, I'm very, very fortunate. I was able to get a couple cases of this pre-ordered at reasonable prices. I actually paid MSRP for both of my cases. So very fortunate to have that. But this is something that I could add even more of to the Poke collection because I believe in it that much. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is two of the unique stamped promo cards that come from Best Buy and also come from GameStop. Now, again, you look at the Best Buy there on the left, that's the Double card, and it's cool, it's awesome. You spend $15 at Best Buy, and if you're lucky, they have some of these left, and you'll be able to get one of those. But again, I'm gonna come back to that Snorlax card. Those GameStop stamped promos do incredibly well. They just have this tendency to outperform the market. They're hard to get a hold of. The GameStops, first off, GameStop doesn't have any Pokemon product to begin with. I go to my local one all the time, and every time I walk in, the Pokemon product shelf is bare. So who knows if you're even going to be able to get your hands on this. But if you're lucky enough to have a store that has Pokemon product to sell, you can buy $15 worth and pick up this one. I think this card is going to take off like a scalded rabbit. I think this card is going to do very, very well in the long run. And again, if you can buy Pokemon at MSRP at GameStop and end up with this, that is just a double freaking win as far as I'm concerned. So hope springs eternal. We'll see if we'll be able to get it, but I think this card is going to do really, really well. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is just the cards that come from this set. And obviously, this set has an incredible lineup of really special artwork, but I am going to be transparent with you. As much as I love that Iono, right? I love the Noibat down there, right? Like, I love the artwork on these cards. The Lily's Clefairy is probably the only one that I am going to exclusively search out to buy and hold because of the long-term upside potential. Not that the other artwork isn't great, not that the other cards won't perform really well, but you know that my investing and collecting approach is a little more focused, is a little more singular. So when I look at adding a card, I want to see it check a bunch of boxes, and I think this card does here on the right. Now again, the reason booster boxes are so expensive, the reason this is sold out everywhere is because the vast majority of people love all of the artwork that's in it. But again, I approach it from a little bit of a different perspective, and I think that Lily's Clefairy is going to be one that I add to my collection. And you know that for me to say that for an ultra modern singles card, you know I've got to have a lot of belief and a lot of conviction in it. So I think that card is fantastic. I think that is going to become one of the iconic cards from the Scarlet Violet era, and I'm absolutely going to be adding that to the PC moving forward. And then coming in at the very end is, you know, my all-time favorite product, the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. So on launch day, 1 week from today, I will be sitting in front of my computer with my fingers and toes and everything I can possibly cross in hopes that I will have the opportunity to get this. Early in the Scarlet and Violet generation, I was an early adopter of this product, and I was able to get cases and cases of this long after the launch day from all of those early products. And I knew the stamped promo cards were going to do well. I felt there was a degree of exclusivity. But ever since then, these have become much harder to get, which makes me happy in one regard. You know, in one regard, obviously, I'd love to have a ton of these. But in another, I love the fact that more and more people out there are having the opportunity to get these. So I have 2 of these that are on pre-order. I would love to be able to pre-order a couple more. So hopefully I'll be able to get lucky and snag a couple more. But at the end of the day, I just feel fortunate to have 2 on pre-order because I know there's a lot of people who want them who weren't as fortunate as I was. So I'm excited for this. This product is going to go absolutely nuts. These Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs are just going to be through the roof. I think the pre-sale price is already at the $300 range, which again is just insane to think about. But those are the products from Journey Together that I am specifically going after. I'm a big believer that if you're going to be spending your money, you need to come in with an action plan, and you need to be as focused as you can be, especially in the crazy market that Pokemon is in right now. So if you had a ton of fun, if you enjoyed this content, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. And most importantly, I hope you have an epic rest of your day, and I appreciate you for watching. Have a great one, everybody. See you. Bye.